amigos, estamos acá, que me conseguí un espacio con David Avrin, un experto en el tema de visibilidad, de experiencia del consumidor y claro que también de marcas. Y algo que él habla mucho es de la visibilidad. ¿Por qué tenemos que hacernos visibles? Porque no se trata de a quién tú conozcas, sino quién nos conozcas. So David, thanks a lot again for your time
here.
Thank you. I have a mission, a purpose in life, and it's to help women to become leaders, to really believe in them, that they can contribute a lot to the world through technology, through their purpose of life.
Absolutely.
And you talk a lot about something that I like a lot, and the women maybe that not that much, which is to be visible.
Yes.
Why to be visible?
It's very important to be visible. I'm the father of 3 daughters, so I have daughters who are 24, 19, and 21, and it is, and I've taught them from an early age that they have to stand up for what it is that they want. The greatest source of biggest challenge for people in businesses in general, is anonymity. If they don't know who they are, they can't buy what they're selling. There's competition for everything. Everybody, there's a lot of talented people, and so they have to be not afraid to be seen for what they do, to be able to showcase their talents and their skills.
Have you found sometimes that women, we are afraid of being visible? Have you found that?
But I think the fear comes from it's fear of how they're being perceived. Okay. So I think the fear is they don't want to sound like they're bragging. They don't want to sound like they're boastful. I travel across North America and around the world, and when I'm like in certain cultures, like in Asia and Asia Pacific, beautiful, humble people, it's that culture that says that the nail that stands up gets hammered down. So they want to be very humble because they don't want to sound like they're boastful. And I joke that I say in America we're great. Just ask us. People are not afraid, but they don't want to be seen like they're saying, "Aren't I great?" And the reality is, for women, if they have talent, if they have something to contribute and to offer, not sharing that is robbing people of their brilliance, is robbing people of the wonderful ideas that they have. So I think if they don't share, I think they're being selfish. I think they're keeping their talents to themselves, and I think they need to share their talents with the world. So if women know that they're smart and they know that they have something to contribute, when they stay quiet, their company loses their ideas because they never heard them. And so the real value for women who work for organizations, for example, that organization made the decision of all the people they were going to hire them. They were going to pay them a salary. They want everything they can get from that person. And when they're shy and when they're humble, the company loses all the gifts that they have. And so I encourage them, because I love women, I love my daughters, I love my wife, that they have they have a gift. And the gift isn't just beauty, the gift is intelligence and creativity. And those who recognize that they have something to contribute and aren't shy about it, they have a wonderful opportunity to rise within organizations, to leadership positions.
I love that. Why to be visible? There are some beliefs behind that, no? Like, for example, or what I have found so far also talking to women is ego. How to deal with ego when you want, because sometimes people just like point at you, why you? Why?
Right.
Who do you think you are that you can be visible?
Here's the reality is people point at everybody. If you go on social media, everybody, but here's the reality. I learned this years ago, and I tell this to my daughters and I tell this to my sons as well, is people get so worried about what other people are going to think about them, and here's the truth. Nobody cares what you look like. They only care what they look like. They don't care what's happening. What they really care about is themselves. Some people are an easy target, but whether you stay quiet or whether you're loud, people will say something. I would rather have people point at me for success than point at me saying they have nothing to contribute. I have a saying on the wall in my office. I did a workshop years ago, and it was about sort of creating your life's mission statement. And I'm not really that guy. It was a little touchy-feely, but it was wonderful. And so what I came up with was a very simple phrase that I put on the wall in front of me, and I look at it every day. And it just says simply this: I want to spend my life doing things that matter with people who care. And I tell that to my daughters as well, is if you're doing something that matters, even if you're working within an organization and it's just helping to grow people, it's contributing to your ideas, most people will do exactly what they're supposed to do. They will earn their paycheck, they get a task, they will do the task. But the people who do more, who suggest more, come up with more ideas, who say, well, what about this? We'll find a way to do it better. Those are the people that rise up through the ranks. Those are people who are going to spend their career leading other people instead of complaining that somebody tells them what to do all the time. And I'm not saying that both roles aren't important. They're very important. Both are. But for those, and especially the women who I think have spent too long hiding their gifts, they get to be, there's a great reward on the other side of that.
Yeah.
When you are bold and can put that ego aside, you get to be in a position where people actually admire you.
Nice, I love that.
Yeah.
One way to do it can be the personal brand.
Yeah.
You support that
Of course,
personal
but
brand?
here's the reality. Everybody has a personal brand. I mean, a brand, you can substitute the word reputation. Everybody has a reputation. What I encourage is to take control of your reputation. You can be passive and let the world define you, or you define yourself. I think personal branding, the best examples of personal branding are people who make a decision, like a conscious decision. This is who I want to be. And they make sure that their actions and their beliefs are aligned with that. Like I've decided when I travel the world, here's who I want to be. I want to talk to interesting people. I want to meet people. Not everybody is an extrovert, I get that. But if you have sort of, some people call it their North Star, you know, that's who I want to be. And then you make sure that everything you do aligns to that. So whether it's women or anyone sits down and says, here's the person that I want to be. And it has to be authentic, aligned with who you are. And then say, what do I need to do? What do I need to say? What do I need to learn? Who do I need to surround myself with? What are the classes I need to take to be that person?
Yeah, I love that because that's a way like to improve yourself. No? Like,
Yeah.
look at the mirror, look who you are,
Right.
how you can improve.
But you also have to look at the negative things. It's like,
Oh, yeah, sure.
that if you're going to be that, you have to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like if I want to be somebody that's admired, I have to stop gossiping about other people. If I want people to look at me and not say negative things, then I need to not say negative things. If I want to be somebody that they admire, I need to stop complaining about things that I have no control over.
Good.
Right? If I want to excel beyond my coworkers, I can't spend 2 hours a day on social media at work.
I love that. I love it. I love it.
And it's alignment, right? Does
Sure.
it fit? If this is who I want to be, then this is who I act. There's a great line that people say that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you're spending time around people who are negative or gossiping,
Sure, you become that.
you're going to become that.
Yeah, definitely. So being positive. Tenemos que ser positivos y juntarnos con gente buena vibra. One more thing. There's an insight I love a lot from you, which is know who you know, is who knows you.
Yeah.
And that's, I would say that it's the networking maximum.
Absolutely. Well, but the reason why it's interesting is it's what they call a twist, right, on a popular phrase. And the phrase is people say, well, it's all about who you know. Success is just about who you know. And I'm like, no, not really. It's who knows you. And so people think it's about networking, about meeting the right person is the key. And I think that's important, but I think the key is, are you somebody that people want to be around? Are you somebody that people want to know? Are you doing more than what your friends or your coworkers are doing so that somebody notices? There's people who have a hard time being noticed. I'll give you an example. My middle daughter is 6'1". She's very tall. And she's beautiful. And she played basketball and she's very tall. I mean, I'm taller than her. But she's 19 years old. She doesn't want to stand out. She goes in her room and she slouches down and she takes pictures and all the girls do this because everybody sees her and they go, oh my God, you're so tall. And she's like, thank you. Like, I didn't know that. But she will learn that there is power. She walks in the room and everybody notices. At 19, she doesn't want everybody to notice. But at 25, if she's in the workplace, I told her, I said, I want you to wear high heels and walk into that room. And you own that room. And so, don't be afraid to stand out. As I talk to you, don't be afraid to stand out. You have gifts, you have beauty, you have wisdom, you have creativity. And if you don't share that, then you are robbing people of your gifts.
Wonderful, and that's a good final message for this interview. Hay que hacerlo, chicas, hay que animarnos a ser las líderes, a creer en nosotras mismas y a empezar a crear nuestra marca personal. So there's a final message maybe you would like to send these girls, these women, that we really...
I think the message is, this is your time. And it's not coming, it's today. I think people recognize it around the world. I think there are people fighting for the rights to be noticed, but be noticed for the right reasons. And this, I think, is the most important message. This is the message I give my daughters, and this is the message that I give to their friends as well. It's easy to be famous. But it's not easy to be admired.
Wow,
you want to be on TV tonight? You want to be on TV? Go take peanut butter, wipe it all over your body, and hang from a highway overpass. You'll get on TV. But you're not going to be admired for it. Today, there's this interesting dynamic that they want to be famous for any reason. So they get famous for doing something outrageous, or something mean, or videotaping somebody getting hurt. You don't want to be known for that. You want a reputation, you want a personal brand based on accomplishment and sharing and kindness and trying to be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah, I love that. It's not to be famous. It's to be admired.
Yeah, to be known, or to be famous for the right reason. There's a lot of people who are online on YouTube, and they're famous for being stupid and being outrageous or being spoiled or being mean. That's not who you want to be.
Perfect. So, thanks a lot, David.
Thank you.
Ok, mujeres, pues vamos a empezarlo a hacer y bueno, ya nos vamos a ver más tardecito. Chao.